Hi there, it's Amy, and I'm about to review Sideshow Collectibles J. Scott Campbell collection of Mary Jane Comiquette statue. This is the first release of the J. Scott Campbell collection. There are 3 pieces of the collection. We have Mary Jane, the first piece, Gwen Stacy, which is released on June of 2014, and we have Spiderman, which we released of July of 2014. Of course, Mary Jane is the first one of the collection. I actually received her in the early part of January. I know it's a little late for my review, but since I'm getting all 3, I thought, why not do reviews on all 3? Now, with the Mary Jane statue, it is a Polystone Comiquette statue. The actual statue itself is limited. It is a limited edition. This one actually has 6,000 pieces, and I did receive 126 of the 6,000, so it's still a pretty low number. Now, when I first saw the statue, of course, they were displayed at Comic-Con in 2013, and this one by far was my favorite. I was instantly attracted by her, not only her innocence, but her sexualness of the statue, and of course, with being a J. Scott Campbell fan, I just had to have it. Now, with the box art itself, as you can see, it has lovely pastels along with the sketch of Mary Jane. And once you turn it to the side, we still have some lovely sketching of the pastel colors. And of course, we cannot forget what we're reminded where this is coming from, which is Spider-Man. Now, the actual statue itself is about 5 pounds and around 11.5 inches tall. This statue is definitely shorter than the Gwen Stacy I just reviewed. But with the statue itself, it's all in one, so there's no assembly required for the statue. Now, the one thing, again, I'm very impressed with Sideshow is not only the sculpting, but the paint job. Now, let's take a look a little bit of the base of the statue of the Ottoman. As you can see, she's ever so sexily posed on the Ottoman. And we see she's reviewing some magazines. We have Fashion and we have Style on one side. And on the other side, we have what it looks like. Newspaper. Spiderman frightens citizens in, and it kind of goes underneath her knees. Now let's take a look at the statue itself. The one thing I'm very impressed with is with the sculpting itself. It's not just painted on, but we have the actual sculpt showing the lines of her jeans, as well as the ripping of her jeans, which you can feel it. But the paint job, again, especially with the details of the jeans, with the different blues and grays, is just completely awesome. Then, of course, we go into her feet. And of course, we got a little bit of the plumber's crack itself. Now, at one point, maybe in one of the production, like early sculptings, it looked like she would probably have a G-string right there. Which, honestly, I'm glad they did not put on her. Just because I think it would have just overdone the statue a little bit. Because she already has that natural girl next door look. So it's nice to keep that innocence there, but a little bit of sexiness to go with it. And as you can see, part of her waist is very thin, but you have a little bit of the Spider-Man cape drawing on the back, creating a little bit more of a fuller version, but showing her actual arching of the back itself. Of course, the colors, I've heard mixed reviews on this. Some people didn't like how the colors showed or accents. I particularly love it just because it gives you that extra depth and definition of the sculpt itself, especially in the chest area. We got some different flesh tones. And of course, we have the face. And again, I certainly apologize for my camera quality, but she has wonderful freckles. Especially the eyes. Excellent work. Just so detailed. Especially when you go into the hairpiece. You got some of the different shades and highlights of the red and the orange kind of giving that extra definition. Now, I've seen some other people's reviews on the Mary Jane statue, and I can honestly say I'm lucky where with the paint job is pretty clean. I have seen some of the webbing, especially on the side, where it's kind of clumped or kind of chunky looking, not so thin on the webbing. But on my figure, it did come out pretty good. And of course, we have the back of the Spiderman uniform. Again, more of the webbing. Hair. And of course, looking down, she's stretching Spider-Man's costume over her thumbs. She is one of my favorite pieces of any of the statues I do own, and she would definitely be part of anyone's collection, whether they're a Marvel fan, Spider-Man fan, J. Scott Campbell, comics, you name it. I guess, you know, the one thing is you can always appreciate, especially taking a sketch and a painting and drawing it into a 3D like and beautiful transfer on that. Now with this statue, it is still available from Sideshow Collectibles. It is a larger release of 6,000 pieces. Right now within the statue, you're looking around $249 plus shipping and tax. So within that, you know, come right to your doorstep. Now again, a lot of people have thought, well, maybe I'll hold off, maybe I'll get on eBay, maybe she'll be cheaper. It could go either way. Now, to give some perspective, the Spider-Man portion of the J. Scott Campbell collection is sold out. You can go on a wait list if someone were to cancel the order or maybe payment doesn't go through. There's a possibility you can get one, but if you'd like to complete your collection, definitely I would suggest getting all 3 pieces. Alright, well that is my review on the Mary Jane statue, and I want to thank you very much for watching. Again, you know, I do apologize on the quality of the video, but hopefully I should be getting a new camera soon where I can show more details of the actual sculpt and paint. And thank you very much for watching. Take care.